Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Alex
and
Matt
and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. It's
got there. Well done.
a huge Friday.
It's a huge week.
It's been an up and down week, I'll give you that one. So, Matt,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
Not much. I'm just going to move this over here. We'll slide it around as need be. Chat, please keep honest with the microphone. When we're sharing, anything's possible. I was saying to Ruben, I think this is the first time I've seen you lads since Christmas.
Absolutely.
Pre-Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is my
2025.
first stream of the year.
It
These
is.
lads,
Yeah.
because we saw each other last Sunday.
And
Last Sunday, yeah, the Sunday just gone, wasn't it? Yeah, that was good. See some of the BN crew working the boss floor. Yeah, it was good. So for those that are unfamiliar with what we're talking about, it was the Ander show, so the Money Expo. So all sorts of collectors from far and wide descended on the Melbourne Town Hall, and it was a hoot, and good to see some familiar faces down there. So
Did it go well?
yeah, it went well. See, this is a double-edged sword, right? It went really well from a dealer's perspective. So I've been doing this since I've known you, maybe 5 or 6 years I've been doing this, and I've never once had a show where I didn't have a single dealer complaint, and this was it. I got thumbs up across the board, but general punters were...
Complaints
Yeah,
galore.
exactly, yeah. So you can't... It's a seesaw, right? You make one group happy and the other feels, disadvantaged in some way, and you get all sorts of colourful
the
feedback.
viewers in our chat are saying it was a great time. So
Lovely.
Certainly not reflected by the people that are
I've-
being vocal in chat.
Yeah,
so.
I've only heard positive reviews of
Oh,
people that have
excellent.
come through the shop.
Yeah, it's because BN punters are all nice, friendly, and understanding people, But it's that thing, right? I think it goes along with the nature of limited products. So predominantly it was people that, for whatever reason, missed out on the limited edition things, and having to have that conversation where you're trying to respectfully explain to people that by its very nature, a limited product
Is limited.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to sound condescending or disrespectful, but there were a couple of interesting conversations. I had to navigate carefully because, you're in a public place, and I always try to be respectful of everyone, but I think a few people may have been upset with how I sort of handled some feedback. But, you do your best, and you're always looking for room for improvement. So, yeah.
So you mean telling them to pull their head out of there didn't kind of
Well, not in those direct words, You try and help. You try and gently guide people to the end result. And so often when people give, I guess this applies to a lot of things in life. When people give really aggressive feedback, I would say, okay, well, how would you have managed this? I'll hand over the reins. What would you have done differently? And every time they'd stand there, we'd have a chat for a while. They'd think, and then end up saying, "You've got a really difficult responsibility." And I'd say, yeah, look, you do your best. You try to keep everyone happy, but it is what it is.
It reminds me of the coaches, like growing up, and all the soccer dads, all shouting coaching
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, a lot like
On the
that.
sidelines. Yeah.
There's a few people saying that they're hoping for somewhere bigger next time. Have you got somewhere in your sights for a bigger location, or is the Melbourne Town Hall where it's going to stay, do you think?
For the foreseeable, so we're not going to get into the weeds. This is going to be an hour and a half of me just sort of explaining the nuts and bolts of show organisation. But there is additional space there which was hired for reasons which I won't get right into. It all ended up being consolidated into the one main hall rather than using the adjoining hall, and it was in direct response to previous feedback, which was we're upset that there's only one queue to get into the whole event, as Ruben's seen before in Sydney. And so people had asked on countless occasions to have multiple queues. So if you're here for a specific thing, you can queue just for that. I did that, and I got roasted for it. So it's fun. It's interesting.
if you'd split the stall holders into two separate halls, you would have copped a caning because I wanted to be in the other hall because that's where all the traffic was, and I didn't make any money because.
See, Michael gets it. Then this is. No matter which direction you move in, you're entering real dangerous territory.
But it was really good because on Sunday when I saw you, I said, "Wow, Matt, I haven't seen you this relaxed in a long time." So I don't know if it was the Sunday and you just like...
the life had been
yeah,
beaten
exactly.
out.
I think so, yeah.
Reached up and left.
I reached a point of understanding that no matter what, you're in hot water. So just
just enjoy the.
Lay on your back and you learn from it what you can. So yeah, it's good fun. That's the latest from me.
The reason I'm really laughing is because we're going to have to do an apology video very soon because it was release of Wedgetail Eagle this week.
Oh, really?
We haven't done a video on it because we snuck them up there really quietly. So last year we got absolutely caned because I, as I frequently do, got on camera and said, yeah, we've got heaps of them. They're going to last. There'll be a week at least. And I'm not even sure we made a full 24 hours on them.
No matter what. And if you say nothing, you're in trouble. If you say too much, you're in trouble.
So we're trying to slide them in, and instead of doing an unboxing, we're just going to do an apology video. We're going to
totally fair.
Cut straight to the chase.
So this was the Bullion release, this week? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well,
Is this
it kind of came out of nowhere.
Is this an anniversary this year?
No, last year was the
was
anniversary.
last year. What's the design this year?
I'll see if I can put a thing.
Oh,
of it
sorry,
up, but
putting you on the
it's,
spot already.
It's a very Roman-looking design, in my opinion.
Keith,
It's still got the John McCanty American influence, but
the Wedgetail Eagles, Keith, haven't gone off because we've been very, very quiet about it this year because we get a limited number. We only get a few thousand of them, and they just go so quickly. And just
we realised it was the problem was we kept talking about them. That was
we're just trying to we're now talking about it. This is probably the first time I've spoken on camera about it, but yeah, we've eased them up there, and I don't. I'm not going to say how long I expect them to last.
Don't comment.
safer to not.
You found the design, mate?
I have just getting it thrown up on screen. Got to manoeuvre some scenes and things around. There was a question there from Aaron asking about Little Coin Shop and if they'd been properly set up for GST. He had some issues in the past going out of Australia and claiming the tourist refund scheme back on Little Coin Shop products, and wanted to know if that had been fixed yet.
There was an issue to do with the ABN, and I can't remember. I think it was at their end that there was some issue with it. But as far as I'm aware, we've sorted all that out, and it's all good to go. But if you have trouble, let me know, and we'll sort it out for you. But I'm 99% sure it's all been sorted.
I've got the
I'm
Eagle.
hearing
there.
a lot of clicking over there.
It's not moving to where I want it to go. Currently, it's just sitting in a little corner of the screen there, and it's not coming across. But
while he's mucking around with that, Scottsdale Alien, we've been allocated. We've just waiting for it to actually show up and have release day for it. So within a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, we should be able to have those out, and we actually took a quarter of the mintage.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, have we seen the design?
I don't believe it's been released yet, and I'm on thin ice, so I'm not going to push it out there.
Okay. But without revealing anything, you've seen it then, right?
Yeah.
So it's a winner.
It's a good one. It's not my favourite, but it's still a good one.
Okay. What would your favourite be? The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's still pretty. Yeah, I've seen it. It's still
You've
pretty.
seen it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still pretty good. I like it, but
Yeah.
the first gold, 1/10, is probably my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can beat the first one, but yeah, look, they should be on the web within a few weeks. Like I said, we've got our allocation and paid for it, and we're just waiting for them to show up.
Very good.
So very excited about them.
decided the best way to get this link happening so people can see the Wedgetail is to point them over to bullionnow.com.au where they are up and available for pre-order right now. There's a link there. It was not playing ball with me.
Dear.
Yes,
You
good
pay
goal.
the professionals.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to actually give them time to do the job.
Oh, what? Man.
I don't know about this.
This year's?
Yeah.
You're not big on it?
No. Oh, that could change. You know, I'm not. This is just my knee-jerk reaction. Is
Do you know? But are you a Wedgetail Eagle collector or fan?
I'm a fan. Oh yeah, I've enjoyed the series.
I don't
thus far.
collect them, and I've noticed this with quite a few people that don't collect the Wedgetail Eagles. Last year's design I actually really liked, and a few people that don't collect them really liked last year's design, the 2024, and those that collect Wedgetail Eagles actually weren't a fan of that. So I'm just curious to see about this one.
So what you're saying is we should do a poll? What was the 2024?
What don't you like about it, mate?
I guess it looks a little.
After much,
Yeah, again,
Much
back.
ado.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. Here we go. So we can all have a look and have our thoughts on it. To me, it looks a little odd from a balance perspective, having one wing being really, prominent there, and then the other one almost sort of an afterthought. Like, I think just the general. I don't know how to. Again, this is not. We're not wearing berets here, but the balance of it feels a little off.
I like it because it's kind of like the Eagles saluting you. Can you see it?
I hadn't seen
Yeah.
that. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I like it. That's
Wrong
from
hand.
a, from a
Okay.
military perspective. I really like
It's
that.
the wrong
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
I don't know as you could, because you're coming in from the left-hand side, I don't know how you could not have that imbalance of the wings like that. I actually quite like it. My only comment would be I'm not big on the face. It almost looks like it's got a smirk.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only part that I kind of.
That's what I didn't notice.
I'm actually, big fan of this one this year.
Yeah,
to be
I
honest.
like
it,
To
except-
take the other side of the discussion.
Yeah, it's just I like it. I think it's a great design. It's just that, like I said, the face almost looks like it's smirking, and I've never seen a wedge-tail eagle smirk before.
I've never seen a wedge-tail eagle.
For real?
Oh, mate.
Close up.
Get down to Hillsville Sanctuary.
Yeah.
See the
Take
bird
me
show.
on.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It was raining, and they.
Yeah.
Ah.
Go back again for
But
the.
birds still get
it's in
around
Melbourne,
in the rain,
like
mate.
No, they do that birds of prey thing.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah.
it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, there you go. If we need a sponsorship for the channel, Hillsville Sanctuary, look out.
I think you're outvoted, mate. Looking at the comments there.
Oh, I'll pull my head in. Hey, look, this is just knee-jerk reaction. This is live. I could, in an hour or so, check back at 3:30. I might have changed my tune. Anything's possible.
And if someone can find a photo of a smirking wedge-tail eagle
Yeah.
on a bird bath, I'll give you a free wedgie.
And a trip to Hillsville Sanctuary. Look out.
Speaking of Michael,
Yeah.
we had someone send through to us a double whammy.
Double whammy.
Oh,
Look
that's a
at that
clanger.
one.
That is. That's huge.
Oh, hang on, I'm waiting for it to come up on my screen so I can. This
That's-
one actually looks real.
I think that is
My screen's frozen.
no, classic.
I've been jibbed.
I think that is about as clear
Oh,
cut.
there we go. Yeah, I'll pay that one.
That's
Yeah, I'm going to
probably
say
the
that's
best one
case
I've
closed.
seen.
Yeah.
Not only is it the two of them there. The email that it came with said it was in Western Australia, and they thought it would be a great 5-year anniversary design to the infamous original, which is
Yeah.
just scary to think about that it's been multiple years
that
and years
long.
at this point.
My only comment would be they're not on the bath. They're on the stem at the top. But
You are getting.
Yeah, there is probably water in that stem, and if you
it's designed to
if
flow down. That's
you, if you crop the bottom, that's the bath. Yeah, he's getting on technicalities now, getting way
I think
too
you're
carried
stretching
away.
it, but
Yeah.
I'll pay that one.
I can't believe this is still going. Oh dear. We have Bad Boys 386. When are you guys getting the Untamed Landscapes, the Thorny Lizard,
Oh, we've got them.
Oh.
I don't know why they're not on the web.
the blister packs?
I know why the blister packs are not on the web.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had this conversation last week. And you were again like, why aren't they out?
Yeah, we have a slight issue with the blister packs.
The way it was received, in transit.
So I think we should. Surely they're not all like that.
What are they like? Are you allowed to say, or is this?
They're damaged.
Oh, okay. How damaged are we talking? Are they
Yeah, damaged.
just?
If you just
Ruined?
want the coin, you'd be happy.
Looks like somebody's used the box as a
yeah.
trampoline.
Why do people do that?
Beats me.
It's absolutely bizarre. There was a similar incident. Yeah, I don't think this is controversial to say. So at the Money Expo, we get the carded dollar coins from the Royal Australian Mint.
Yep.
And I saw a photo of the pallet, and you can clearly see a butt imprint. And then I saw open the box, and all they're absolutely squished, obliterated.
No, this
I thought,
looked like because these
Have some
came,
respect, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
the slabbed ones came in large rectangular boxes, and I'm guessing the way it was packaged and transported interstate, because it was the top that was squashed down, so something or another heavy load was on top of
Yeah.
them. So
Not
Crazy
good.
stuff.
Maybe we can release the loose coins.
I think we should release both because at the end of the day, we will get
Well,
them.
they'll come eventually.
And I'm sure there's got to be some in that box of gazillions that aren't damaged. So, make it happen, Rubes.
Alrighty. Someone is asking if we've seen the 90 Years of Monopoly coin.
Ooh, no, I haven't.
What was New Zealand Mint and is now
Agoro. Oh,
I have
wow.
seen it and I can't think of it.
Just putting that one up.
Isn't that one of
A little
those?
off centre.
Yeah, what's the word? The Mandela effect? Where everyone thought that he had a monocle, but he didn't?
Okay.
The Monopoly guy?
In my reality, he did have a monocle.
He did have a monocle.
Apparently, it's one of those Mandela effects.
You're thinking of the Pringles guy.
Am I?
No.
He looks like the Pringles
No.
guy, but apparently he didn't. And everyone thought he did.
Everyone can't.
Is anyone?
does.
Am I out of my mind? Or
He
is
does
this-
on the Macca's advert for Monopoly.
Does he?
I don't think he does.
See this? Now we're into it. This has taken a turn, everyone.
It is definitely one of those Mandela
I don't
Yeah.
think it's real. Yeah.
There's so many examples, yeah.
Everyone's
On
Googling
every
now.
level, I don't know where to go with this. 'Cause
Yeah.
A, we're a Bullion channel, and
Yeah,
B,
well-
I'm just really confused now.
Yeah.
I did start talking about the
didn't
coin,
take
to
long
be
to
fair.
get here. We've been going for about 20 minutes.
Everyone, Scott's scrambling to look for his box of Monopoly to check.
Viewerships have just dropped off the edge.
You can find a photo of the Monopoly guy with a monocle, a kookaburra and a bird bath, a
Yeah.
smirking wedge tail. It's just turning into a big photo hunt.
Metal Inquisitor, I'm going to jump on that one. We did, and I actually thought we'd responded to your offer of the 4 funnel webs.
No, so there's actually a couple of people that have offered. So I was actually going to do a bit of a blanket response to everyone and say we are actually okay now.
Yeah. We actually, and this amazes me how often this happens. We actually had somebody sell back like 2 tubes worth or something, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which potentially
50.
could have been one of the people that saw
Yeah,
the.
because it was sold as a buyback, obviously from 2015,
Yeah.
and then we got some really good ones in the tube, and it actually happened just after the live stream when you said, "Look, we're trying to source them," and then after you went, the last person of the day actually sold it back. So funny how things work.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott isn't able to help us. He has Peppa Pig Monopoly.
Hey.
Honestly, we have so many iterations of Monopoly at home because we've obviously got the Star Wars one, we've got the original, we've got some anniversary edition, and we must have like 10 Monopoly sets because my kids are nuts on games, like board games and card games and stuff.
Does anyone ever finish a game of Monopoly though? See, typically I just end up seeing the board get flipped and pack it in. Maybe I'll grow up in a different
I was
household.
taking it a bit too seriously.
It gets pretty hardcore.
Man, I'm not playing it over at your place again.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, anyway, a big thank you to everyone who did offer up those.
Yeah,
funnel
that was
webs.
really kind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
it is.
Yeah.
It is very much appreciated.
Very good.
We've had Morgoth had their stuff turn up in Tasmania, which is good.
As long as it was meant to go to Tasmania.
And we've got Paul. Hi guys, when and where is the next Stackers meet in Melbourne?
He was in the shop and I said, if you're watching the live stream,
I'll
just
have
mention it on there
information.
because Alex will be on there and he'll probably know.
Sunday, the 2nd of March. So coming up after
It's
this
not this
weekend.
Sunday, it's next Sunday.
That's right. Yep.
Wild. So for those that aren't aware, it's a gathering of like-minded stackers. And anyone's welcome. You don't have to be Melburnian. You can be from anywhere to come along. And it's kind of it's an informal meeting. There's no big lectures or anything like that. Although quite often someone gets up and says a few words about different things. There's usually a bit of an auction there, so either you can pick up something at a pretty good price, or alternatively you can sell some stuff at the auction. There's no commission or anything charged, but it's a good chance just to get around people that are like-minded, because sometimes you can feel a bit out on a limb as a stacker, and it's not a bad idea to go along to these things. Not that you need confirmation bias, but just to go, I stack and you stack, and why do you do it, and do you stack gold or silver or platinum, and you'll find different people have different ideas within the stacking community and it challenges your ideas, which is really good because it either cements your idea, actually I don't agree, or I can see your point, but I'm coming at it from this angle, or alternatively, it can actually make you change your mind. I never thought of it like that, and that can refine your stacking. So, yeah, it's a great chance to go along. So it's at 2:30.
1 o'clock now, I think it is.
So 1 o'clock in Melbourne, if you want information on it, because they keep it a little bit hush-hush just for security reasons.
Yeah,
if you email whom?
Do you want to type it in chat?
Yeah, I'll type it in chat. You can email me because I'm on the committee. So I'll send you an email with the dates and the times. So I'll type it in chat now.
And the place would be good.
Yeah. I'll send you the email with the information, basically.
Yeah. So, all good. What's this Fort Knox thing? Rubes?
Just doing something really quick. There we go. Done. Alrighty. The Fort Knox thing is Elon Musk and his Doge, the
Department of
Government Efficiencies.
Yep. Going through, and it seems to be the latest target talking about whether or not the gold is actually in there. He, I think it will be potentially become quite famous, but threw up a meme from South Park talking about it being gone, and has thrown all sorts of theories and whatever kind of back on fire again. So the question is, do you think it's in there? Do you think he will, because he's been talking about going through and doing a live stream of the place, things like that. Do you think anything will come to fruition, or will it be, disappear, shut down, we won't hear anything?
I think it's great PR.
Well, and this is one of the things I was talking about with a customer in store today was all of this will be thrusting gold into the mainstream, but particularly if it's discovered that it isn't there, or as much as is reported isn't there, absolutely, this gold in general is going to be thrust into the mainstream media, all over the world potentially.
I don't know. This is a hard one. Look, I got to be honest. I think most of it will be there.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a bit of dust, a couple of moths, and
IOUs on a napkin.
Yeah, that's right. And an old man with a shotgun in the corner. I think at least most of it will be there, if not all of it. But I don't know. This will be an interesting one. I don't know why they're poking this bear. There's other fish to fry. It's an interesting, an interesting one an interesting path to go down.
There's obviously lots of other fish to fry, but it seems to be one of the things that Trump has been pushing forward, not to have the political discussion, but, in regards to things like, the JFK files and, Martin Luther King, it seems to be a push is, hey, look, we're being transparent now, we're getting to the bottom of these things that you've had issues with for years and years. That has been one side, and I think Fort Knox has been another on people's mind of, what's actually there. When even previous high-ranking government officials have been allowed onto the base of Fort Knox, but not into the bullion section, it has definitely been rife with theories and things for years. I think it's good to be poking around because I don't think it's now something that can just disappear without, some serious questions.
It is this is it's a spicy one.
It is.
At the very least, we should get a really cool Grok 3 generated AI image of what should be there. But at the end of the day, how can you still verify? You still have to go by the trust.
I was going to say, if they walk through with a handy cam doing a live stream, show my age there saying a handy cam, but if they walk through with their mobile phone, is anyone actually going to believe it's? I mean, we know half the people don't believe that we landed on the moon, and I'm not getting into that controversy right now. But would you believe? Sorry, Rubes, can you shrink that back down a bit?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Would you believe if Elon Musk walked through Fort Knox with his mobile phone, or drove through it in one of his Tesla cars with all the cameras turned on? Would you believe the footage?
Wow, this is if you don't. You're right. If you don't believe it from the outset, you'd say, all right, is he going to go through with an XRF and test every single bar and show us what it is? And then he does that. And then they say, he could have rigged up that XRF to say anything. And then...
Where do we draw the line?
If you've decided in your head that it's not there, there is no convincing you. Like, I think with people that have made a decision, made your mind up either way, a little bit like the moon landing. Like, if someone said, yeah, it didn't happen, you're not going to convince them otherwise.
But
Whereas people that say it did, you're not going to convince them it didn't.
Let's say it is there. Are we guaranteed it's going to stay there after the audit? You know, is it going to be moved in there?
It doesn't matter what they do.
Here we go, and then, you know,
so I think
the doors close and anything can happen. They're on, you know, they lease it out, they sell it.
Even if, like there's so many variations and combinations here that I almost think it doesn't matter whether it's there or not. No, that came out wrong. I don't think it matters at the end of the day what they do here, because we all know either legitimately or illegitimately they could change things around. You know, it's there 1 minute, gone the next. Was it really there in the first place? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a degree of, and I hate saying this about a government, but there's a degree of trust that you just have to have in the system, rightly or wrongly. And I mean, I think all stackers have an inherent distrust of the system.
Yeah.
So it goes against the grain to say that, but I think there has to be a component of it is what it is. Can you knock us down to the bottom?
The other thing that we briefly mentioned last week, but I'm going to be honest, I hadn't actually looked too closely into, was the revaluing of the gold. And, you know, I've always heard about, is this spot price? You know, I thought it was kind of spot price based in as far as, you know, reevaluating spot price for its true value or something like that. But it was actually talking about the gold price being fixed when America departed from the gold standard, and the gold that's in there is set at $42 an ounce US, which it is obviously far since departed from. And, you know, there's talks about if it was revalued, you know, is that going to introduce, you know, value to the economy? Is it going to drastically change what gold is worth in the spot price? Where do you land on that? I think I might have quizzed you about this last week, but yeah, I'm kind of coming in with a little bit more knowledge about it now.
It shouldn't actually make a difference because it was valued at that time. It depends how you value it. If you're going to value it in dollars, yeah, it will increase. Will it impact the economy? I don't think so. But the whole reason that we stack gold is because we believe that what you can buy for an ounce of gold today is what you could buy 50 years ago, is what you could buy in 50 years' time. So the amount of gold that is there should still buy and support the same amount of economy as it would have back in 73 or, you know, or earlier, whenever you want to take it from.
They just won't let me buy it for $42 American an ounce.
No, they don't. But you could, for what you could buy for $42 an ounce, they should allow you to swap it for that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Will it have an impact on the economy? I don't think so. Look, Trump is, if nothing else, Trump is, and Elon Musk is very good at it as well, they are master marketeers. They know how to light the fires and get everyone excited. Now, whether that's a good excited or a bad excited depends on what they're pitching for. But, yeah, I mean, the uproar that he caused this week over the Ukraine by some selectively placed words. I mean, you know, it's if they. I was saying to someone fairly recently, they were saying, "Oh, surely once Trump's settled down first 100 days, you know, everything will quieten down a bit. We'll all be used to it all." And I said, "Yeah, it will be until he gets bored one night, and then he flicks out another. I was going to say tweet, but now it's an X or whatever it is, and all of a sudden we're going to wake up and the world's on fire again, and that's just the way Trump works." So. I don't know.
I'm still waiting for that $1 trillion platinum coin.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Interesting story from today in the shop. Somebody did sold back to us. They'd purchased a tube of buyback coins, not from us, from another company.
Yeah.
And they'd been handed a tube of Philharmonics. They sold them back to us, and as they're going through them, there was how many in a tube of Phillies? It's 25, isn't it? 20 tubes. There was 19 silver Philharmonics and 1 platinum Philharmonic in there.
No. Isn't the platinum... The diameter's the same.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they do it. It's just the reading that changes and the thickness.
That's mad. Wait, so they
purchased a buyback
elsewhere,
and they were selling it back here. I don't know how long ago they bought it. I was
going to say, I'll have to get the details for where they're picking these things up. Wow.
Head out.
Yeah, unreal.
So everyone is now going through all their Philharmonic tubes going,
Isn't this a good,
Yeah.
really timely reminder of what we have said back in the day, which is keep your platinum and silver separate?
Oh, yeah.
Because particularly in that event that if for whatever reason you're not the one responsible for the sale of your stack, that exact scenario doesn't play out. That almost seems like a... If it didn't happen here, I almost wouldn't believe it. That sounds crazy, but yeah, the fact that that's happened, always be careful. And just assume that anyone looking at your stack has no idea what's going on. Like really, really spell it out. I mean, literally spell it out. If you need to, write it on a bit of tape and stick it on the tube, just make it really clear, because that sort of thing, you don't like to hear about it in the first instance.
yeah.
Big windfall for the next person, but
Only if they
geez.
recognise it. I was going through, and I do this semi-frequently, I was going through my collection rather than my stack. And I've got some sovereigns in there, and I've got, the 2000 mule coin,
Yep.
the dollar coin, and I've specifically put them in bags with big labels on of, these are collector items, do not sell as buyback junk.
Picture of a donkey on it.
That's right. Do not spend this in a vending machine.
Despite initial appearance.
Because I'm worried I'm going to get hit by the bus, and the kids are just going to go, "Oh, Dad's junk,"
Just putting dollars aside.
People might be jumping to eBay now, checking the silver fillies
Yeah.
options. Yeah.
So I tell you what, you reckon Michael's desk's bad with stuff scattered all through it? You should see my stack at home. Unbelievable, the junk I've got. Well, actually, it's not at home, but the stuff that I've got in there, it's just
See my
garbage.
desk now, my work desk.
Yeah, yours is. It's been great since you've had a desk next to Adzi, because he stops giving me a hard time.
One of the topics that has been rife in the emails this week, Michael, and actually over the last couple of weeks, which is a bit of a dicey one, and I'm not going to put you on the spot to answer it, because I think the answer might be to everyone, hey, this isn't the kind of thing we really want to tackle live.
I don't like where this is heading already.
So far, so good.
Is all about capital gains tax. We have had so many questions regarding, in the event that I buy this, can I sell it? Do I have to report it for capital gains tax? This and that. What's, is that the, basically this is me saying, look,
Trying
see,
to
I'm...
get me in trouble
No,
here
no, no.
or what?
This is me asking you the question so you can turn around and say, yes, I'm not answering that live. So that these people can feel like I am actually asking the questions that they email through. But there's lots of people wanting to know about the ins and outs of that, and it is a tricky thing to answer live, because that's it. If we do slightly get it wrong, it can have fairly serious implications.
The better answer is I'm not prepared to answer it on camera.
Or even more so there.
Well, you can answer. We don't report it ourselves.
Well, we don't, no.
So-
Bullion Now is not required to report to the tax department. I mean, other than, obviously, annual reports for tax reasons, as every company is. But, no, you don't do a transaction with BN, and we don't, then immediately get on the phone to the tax department and say, look, we've just had X transaction through from Y person, and, they've sold back 5 kilos of gold or anything along those sort of lines. It's very much a self-reporting thing. Look, if you read the tax law, it states that if you've got an asset and you sell that asset, you are required to pay capital gains tax on it. Alternatively, you can claim a capital loss, although you'd be hard pushed to do that with gold at the moment. So, you've got both sides of that equation there. If you purchased it for, help me here, somebody will be from the tax department here, they'll be able to answer this.
I believe it's below 500.
Yeah, it's 500. If you purchase an asset below 500 and then sell it, basically, no matter how much no matter how much you sell it for at the end of the day, there is no capital gains tax on that. Which is why we sell kilos of gold for $500 plus $150,000 shipping. No, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding on this one. But it's that type of thing. So. Should you report it? If I put on my ATO hat, which I don't actually have, but the tax department would say absolutely, you're required to report it. You've sold an asset.
But yeah, it is a tricky topic, and one in store that we normally say, talk to your accountant.
Talk to your
about that.
accountant.
That's our go-to line.
Anything that we've just said and anything that we keep saying here is just, 4 blokes now. Gas bagging.
Full gang now.
Yeah, gas bagging on the internet. And, it's not financial advice or taxation advice. You've really got to, with these things, whichever country you're in, there's always nuances and idiosyncrasies that depend on where you are and the circumstances surrounding it. I hark back to that conversation we had with Backyard Bullion on some components of the UK tax law with, these coins don't incur GST unless they're 225 years old or something like that. Sorry, VAT or capital. No, it might have been capital gains tax. Yeah, they don't incur capital gains tax unless they're over 225 years old, and then they incur. It's like, you've got to be kidding me here.
Yeah, obviously. That's how it works.
So, it was mind-blowing. He went down, and it was a very narrow path, but we went down this narrow path, and he lost me about halfway because it just got so complex.
One of the other questions that has been popping up a lot this week, Michael, and I know the answer is probably going to be, but where is all the gold? And we're not talking Fort Knox here, we're talking the BN website.
Oh.
We have been hit very hard, specifically in the gold bars. The largest gold bar we have up currently is a 5 gram.
Oh, for
Is
real?
that it?
We do have some Perth Mint 1 ounce cast bars.
Yeah, okay, they weren't up last I checked, but that's it. We've had lots of people through the store this week saying, what is going on? So is this just increase in demand? Is it having issues getting deliveries? What's the go?
I wouldn't say... I'm lying either way I answer this question. Look...
I stand corrected, there is a Valcambi 20 gram. That's the only other one. And some pre-orders.
I'll try and have a look and get some stuff listed later. Look, we're not having trouble getting deliveries. Okay, this is a feedback loop, is what you end up in here. So demand for gold goes up, and it absolutely has. Silver's tapered a little bit. Demand for gold has increased quite a lot. People are concerned about life, and they're putting money into gold. That increases. Obviously, we get cleaned out, so we place orders with various mints and refineries around the place. Now, it has to be produced and delivered to us. Now, if they're local refineries, this is less of an issue, although I'm pushing that a little bit now too. But when you've got places like Perth Mint, they can only produce so much in a day, but B, they can only dispatch so much in a day because of their insurance requirements. And on top of that, they can only dispatch a certain amount to an individual. So I think they've changed it recently. It used to be only 2 parcels a day to one of their wholesale customers. I think now they've moved it to 5. They've got the insurance moved. It was, until very recently, they could only shift like $90,000 in a bag. Now they've increased that a bit more so we can fit a bit more in. But you kind of enter this area where, because of the increased demand, we're ordering more. So it's blocking up the system and they can't get as much out to us as we need. On top of that, you've got spot price going up because there is an increased demand. So they are capped on the amount of dollars that they can send out in a day. So instead of being able to, get 40 ounces in an order, we can now only get 25 ounces in an order. So that then means you're placing more orders because we still need 100, 200, 300 ounces in an order. So it's all this clogging up of the system. So that's a reason that the gold is still there. It's not that we can't get gold. It's that sometimes we're having difficulty getting the deliveries through quickly enough, and that's where we fall over. We can still take pre-orders. There's no problems there. If you're after something, I'm happy to take pre-orders for things that I know we can get. 1 ounce minted bars from Perth Mint, 1 ounce cast bars, those types of things that we know they're going to keep producing. We can't take pre-orders for coins and that sort of stuff. That really makes me nervous because when they run out, they run out. Then you want to throw on top of that the international stuff. Again, we place an order for international stuff. Sometimes it's really quick. We can sometimes get things within 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it can take, months for it to arrive. And all that capital is locked up and everyone's yelling for it and screaming and that sort of stuff. So it becomes really difficult. We did take a delivery of PAMP 1 ounces this week. I don't know if they've hit the web yet or not because they look great. The Lady Fortunas, But all of that kind of snowballs in on itself. So it's really quite difficult to keep up. If you're just after gold, absolutely we can supply it. If you're after a specific size, shape, type, brand, that's where sometimes we become a little unstuck.
Do you think ever at a retail level that becomes somewhat of a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Yes.
And people then start to think, okay, I don't know when my next opportunity to buy this, so maybe I'll get 2 of whatever it is that I'm getting rather than just 1, and then that sort of it amplifies it.
Yeah, no, absolutely we see that. And look, I mean, we started doing it today. We'd run out of 10 gram Perth minted bars. So how about we give you 2 5-grammers at the same price as 110, which is a screaming bargain in anyone's language.
Yep.
But of course people then go, oh yeah, absolutely, I'll take that. So now all of a sudden, not only are we out of 10s, but we're now out of 5s as well. So there's those kind of things snowball on.
Soak in chat asking, did you hear about the Australia Post being robbed for gold coins?
Yeah.
Rammed into it at 3 a.m. This was...
it's in Doncaster.
Yeah, Thursday morning in Doncaster.
Really? No.
3:45, went inside and stole collectible coins before the offenders drove away. Unclear how many coins were stolen. So
What do you mean unclear?
Yeah, wouldn't they have a bit of a stock list?
I mean, this is just a reporter outside probably asking how many, and they would have said, yeah, we're not sure at this time or something like that. But yeah, very, very intriguing.
Yeah,
They'd probably
crazy
be
times.
slapped with a parking infringement because it's a no standing zone in front of that post office.
Jeez.
Not at 3 in the morning or something like that.
No. There's no times, which means it's always active.
Yeah, but there's no grey ghosts at 3 in the morning.
Matt Power just said, just ordered 25 of the 5-gram gold minters, making your problem even worse. We'll be down to the 1-grammers soon.
That's right. You can have 31 1-grammers at 1 ounce prices.
What's that mean? And they're gone.
Oh, dear.
Desi wants to know thoughts on the new snake bar.
Is this the Perth one?
Yes.
Well, I can't even remember it was that long ago that we saw it because we were VIPs.
Hang on. Desi said thoughts on the bee snake bar.
Yeah, and then corrected it below
Okay,
that.
all right.
Thank you.
New snake bar.
I don't know what the bee
I
snake
was
bar is.
already Googling, like, oh, there's a bee snake bar. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah. I actually quite like it. I think in the silver, and we harped on about this, a fortnight ago, I think they missed the mark by not putting it in a card. Like the Pamp is.
Yeah, yep.
Because now it just looks like, a tube of rectangular dragons.
Yep.
And I really think they missed the marketing on that one. And I mean, we said that when we were over in Perth with the guys over there. It's a great design. It's a beautiful bar. All that sort of stuff. I just think they missed it with the...
And for those that haven't seen it, it's an absolutely beautiful monster box.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they've done... I've got to say, I'm more impressed with the monster box than I am with the lack of packaging.
Yeah.
They must love that when they see a project through, get right up to the end, and then you come waltzing in and say, well, should have probably put this in a card.
Why didn't you talk to me?
It's an absolutely beautiful design, and it looks a lot better in person than even what you see on the screen.
Was this Wade or Sean that did this one?
I wanted to say it was Wade, but
I think it was. Can you see the initials on there, Ruben? It's like a magic eye. Yeah, it is down the bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right.
Yeah. That's very, very cool.
Yeah. I thought that they dropped the ball a little bit by releasing the dragon only a couple of weeks before, like the silver dragon.
Oh yeah.
A couple of weeks before they released the silver snake, and I think they dropped the ball on that on a couple of levels because they put it in the tubes, so we're already getting people confused about. Well, hang on, is this year's rectangular dragon, or no? This is the dragon minted bar, not the dragon rectangular minted bar.
Yeah.
And then they followed it almost immediately with the snake. I know why they had to do it, but this should have been pre-planned earlier, and the dragon should have come out last year rather than leaving it to the start of this year.
Well, you of all people know that, sometimes the schedule gets away from you a bit.
No.
Remember packing them, opening in 2024?
No, I believe Michael said before Christmas, and he didn't specify which year.
Yeah, we'll have a Halloween grand opening.
That's right.
A Halloween brand.
I'll be
Drop Bear wanting to know if we're getting the gold 4 Guardians 1 ounce coin.
I actually don't know. We haven't made that decision on that one yet. I'm not even 100% sure. I don't think we get access to the 4 Guardians because that's a limited mintage produced for an overseas customer. So I'm pretty sure I can't get it.
Doesn't mean we don't want it.
Yeah, this is true.
There's quite a few designs like that.
Did you get those changing topics entirely? Did you get those photos of Pakenham?
No, but please stall and I will get them ready.
So people are after an update from Pakenham. Matt brought it up a moment ago,
Yes.
giving me a hard time, and I thought when I was leaving there yesterday, I think it was, I thought I'll just take a couple of quick happy snaps.
Yeah, cool.
So they are just dodgy photos off my phone, so don't be too critical. But I just thought, I'll prove that it actually exists in some form.
Yeah, because I've never seen it, so I can't confirm.
Well,
this is a bit of a
you
Fat
had
Knox type setup.
You had an invite.
I did. It got lost in the mail. It's a bit like today, actually.
No, that one you got. You just forgot to turn up.
Yeah. Somehow I made it, though.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I've got 2 of them up there.
Hey, cool. Half a wall.
So, yeah, you can see, I can even probably explain what's going on there. So that's 2 sides of the same wall. That blue that you can see in the background of the left-hand one is the other side of the picture on the right-hand side. So that's actually a photo of the shop looking
Cool.
from the end downwards. So on the left-hand side will be a counter, despite the fact that the counter is partially constructed on the right-hand side.
Yep.
It will actually be on the left-hand side there. Where that wall goes in, that's actually the entryway through to the VIP rooms. Into there, and the VIP rooms have been completed. I sent Rubes another photo, but it's a boring photo. It just
That didn't add it. It was just a corner of a room.
yeah, well, that's actually the corner of a VIP room, but you don't have to throw it up. It just looks like a corner of a white-walled room. There's nothing else in there with tiles on the floor. So there is progress happening. It's not completed yet, obviously. We were really hoping that the construction side of the shop would be finished within a fortnight, like by the end of next week. But our builder has gone and got himself a bit sick. But I actually think, the weather's fine, and he lives down towards Inverloch, and I think he's just making the most of the last of the summer warmth to go surfing. But
So he might just not come back now if he watches the stream. He could be all, trying to recover as quick as he can for you, and you're just roasting him. Unreal.
I'm just winding up, Jeremy. Don't stress, mate.
A couple of people questioning the strength of that wall.
I've been assured that by the time it's finished, you could drive a car through it and the car will come off worst.
Wow.
If
So
we're anywhere
we-
near Doncaster, that might be a requirement.
Yeah.
The bracing they're putting in, and you got to get through that wall to get through another wall to get through another wall to get to a vault that's actually got anything in it. So
Yeah, it'll be fine.
that's right. Meanwhile, the screamers and everything will be going bananas, and the
Yeah.
police will be there about 90 seconds later.
The other question people have is about the city store extension.
Ooh, extension. What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
No, we're only
yeah.
talking about one extension. We're not talking about the second extension yet.
What about the preliminary? What? What are we talking about? What's happened?
You've really been away that long.
Oh, but evidently. What's going on?
We've got next door as well.
You know where the Diamond Guys used to be?
I thought you said, did you not just say Sydney?
No, City.
City. Oh, yep. Okay. Yeah. The where I was talking to you this morning.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, what's happening with that?
Matt's just announced a Sydney store that none of us knew about.
Well, I didn't know about it either. I was super confused. All right, so things are making sense again. So the city extension.
The city extension. So the incredible workmanship that is going on at Pakenham
Yep.
will migrate. The same team will migrate up to here. We were going to start Monday week because they would have finished Pakenham then, or Pakenham shop. There's still other building works we've got to do down at Pakenham, but they were meant to start here Monday week. But I suspect with Jeremy going off crook, that might have to be pushed out a few days. But hopefully within the next 2 weeks or so, we will start extending the shop here.
Cool. Well, that is very
So-
exciting news.
Yeah, sick of telling everyone that's in the queue out the front going, we are extending, I promise.
Yeah, I think that when I first started working here, those conversations started.
It's difficult when you're good to go, but you're waiting on other parties.
External factors,
and then it's
You're
makes it
always
worse.
waiting on, like, to put up. We had to move a light. I think it was. I had to get the coordinate between the builder, the vault people, the security people, the sparky, and the plumber. I had to get all those 5 stars aligned to move a flaming light. Oh, and council, because it was an emergency exit light.
Gee whiz.
It's like, are you kidding me? And then my dear wife, who I think the world of, but drives me nuts sometimes, rolls in and says, I think we should move the disabled parking car park. It's like, are you flaming kidding me? Do you know the paperwork involved with trying to get a disabled car park moved?
And then the time frames of the approval for that
Yeah.
paperwork.
And then she goes, but it'll look so much better over there, and then we can do this and plant flowers and all this. I'm going,
So there is stuff happening underneath this cool, calm exterior. There's plenty happening.
oh dear, it's good fun. It's a good job she can laugh at me.
Are you just hoping she doesn't still watch the stream?
I think she's. I don't know. Actually, I might be in trouble on this one. She's listening today.
You might be. We'll see if your phone goes off now. Mick says, for your city store, please incorporate seating because foyer sitting / standing isn't practical.
Yeah, look, we actually tried to incorporate some seating out in the foyer, and we got smacked by building management. We absolutely will have seating in there. The only debate going on at the moment is whether we have a coffee machine in there.
Oh.
So,
Who's going to be in charge of that?
well, there are a few issues here. Who's going to be in charge of it? Is it going to mean that people roll in at 9 o'clock and roll out at 5 o'clock? Because, good free coffee.
Yeah.
I get a headache trying to refill the fridge with the water bottles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone else, not Adsy, but hardly anyone else is filling them, and it's like I can just see the problems with the coffee machine.
My
Not
biggest
saying I don't want one.
My biggest concern is what happens when somebody puts their coffee down and little Johnny grabs it and spills it all over himself or all over someone else. So,
Yep.
there's liability issues there that I'm a little stressed about. So we'll see. We'll certainly have seats in there.
We've got Vasily. Sean is my hero. He saved my stack. So I'm not sure what the backstory is there, but we've got Sean on the communications team now, and apparently has done something great for someone's stack. So good on him.
Yeah, Sean called me about it this morning to sort it out, but I don't want to go into it in case Vasily doesn't want to mention. But yeah, I'll pass that feedback on to Sean.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know if people have interacted with Sean yet. Sean's relatively new with us, but he's come along in leaps and bounds. He did his apprenticeship in the picking and packing section, and then he's moved up onto the phones, and he's doing a sterling job.
Ah, very good.
Speaking of Michael, one of the things you asked me to bring up this week's stream was a list of
Oh,
yes, and I'm only remembering now, and so you probably don't have a list ready, but you...
I know I'm going to miss a couple of them, but I certainly do. Look, we are looking for more Bullion Now employees.
Oh, wow.
seems to be
So-
just a standing thing at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be some people go and say, "Hey, weren't you only just talking about this?"
Yeah, it's like this is not financial advice. Ruben, hit the button.
No, we are. We're looking for more employees. So we're getting a little bit of a selective team together. And that's not us being fussy. It's just making sure that, we've got the roles defined. So we absolutely need another bookkeeper. Our poor old bookkeeper, well, she's not old, I shouldn't say that. Our bookkeeper is getting a little stressed out and needs another bookkeeper.
She's aging faster because she's doing it
Yeah,
solo.
poor Kate. I give her hell, I really do. She's had a really tough week and she's soldiered through it sterlingly. But yeah, she needs help. So if and the thing that people don't understand is that we operate several companies within the bullion market and the coin market. So it's not just BN that she's running around after. She she looks after some of the properties that we've got as well, because we own the properties as part of the business and that type of thing. So if you're a bookkeeper and you would like to work for Bullion Now and work out of Pakenham, please send us your resume to resume, resume, at bullionnow.com.au. I know we're supposed to use admin, but I'm not used to that yet. So you can send it to resume, they'll pick it up from there, or you can send it to admin, admin, at bullionnow.com.au. So either of those will work. So we're looking for someone that's got some experience, not somebody to train up. So if you've got some experience as a bookkeeper, we would love to hear from you. Doesn't necessarily need to be a full-time position, although I think it will lead to full-time fairly rapidly if it's not. So we lean towards full-time more than a part-time position there. We're also looking for an entry-level admin assistant. So you don't need to be some sort of sun god for this one. You just need to have an interest in Bullion Now and getting paid and doing a really good job.
I was gonna say, there are a few other things you look for in the interview beyond that, but
There
it's
is.
a good starting,
But
point.
yeah, so if you're you want an entry level job into kind of that admin role, so it'll be a jack of all trades, master of none. We'll be helping the finance department. You'll also be taking some of my load off me, so I can focus on other things, that type of thing. Absolutely, please submit your resume on that one. We're also looking for an entry level programmer / IT help desk person. We are about to embark on a fairly major transition in the IT world, and the IT team have put up their hand and said it'd be really good if we could get an entry-level person to join in with us. So if you're entry-level, the guys were saying they'd like someone who's got a bit of programming experience, but, you don't need to be, some programming genius. Just it's an entry-level position. So, again, resume, resume, at Bullion Now, or admin, admin, at Bullion Now would be really good. We're almost there. We're also looking for a PA, a personal assistant for me. So that's basically someone that my wife can hand over to, so she's not spending the whole day bossing me around and making sure I'm in the right places of where I'm meant to be, because I'm going to show my age here. I used to read a book or a series of books by Andy Blyton called The Famous Five, and the kind of the standing joke in there is George's father, who's a scientist, and he's forgetful and he leaves everything everywhere. And I used to laugh at it, but now I kind of find myself mirroring that character. So we need someone that's just going to keep me organised and take the noise out of my day. So if that's you've got experience in being PAs or bossing someone around, flick us your resume as well. Only 2 more to go, and one's not even for us. We actually need someone to help with a little coin shop. So if you have more of a numismatic bent and you would like to work in little coin shop, so it will actually be a fairly it can be entry level, but I'm kind of hoping that someone that's got a little bit of experience, because you will be you'll be almost in charge of what's going on. An assistant manager role, it's probably the best way to put it, for little coin shop. So if you'd be interested in that, it would be a lot of fun, and you get to get first dibs on all the numismatics coming through. So if that's your bent, absolutely. So again, your resume to either resume at Bullion Now, or you can send it over to sales@littlecoinshop.com.au. Either of those it'll pick up. Just whichever one you're applying for, just put it in the header if you could, or in the subject line, so we know which way you're going on that one. The last one that I promised I'd advertise is actually not for us. It's actually for Hobart Mint. Hobart Mint is looking for someone who's got manufacturing experience to help them down there. So if you live in Hobart, or you would like to move to Hobart, if and that's I would love to, but unfortunately that's not a position for me anymore.
Probably get amongst that.
I think there's going to be a fight if we ever open up
in Hobart.
For who wants to go.
But Hobart Mint is looking for some, like I said, a person to help them with their manufacturing side. So if you've got a manufacturing background and you would like to move down to Hobart, Their one is Work With Us, WORKWITHUS at hobartmint.com.au, and they would love to hear from you down there. Dave Rolls, we're not looking for a driver yet, but it won't be too long before we are looking for a driver. So hold fire for that one. And no, that's not for a Bullion Now shop down there. That's actually a manufacturing position, Laurie, for...
Yeah, it's not code.
Yeah, that's right. It's a manufacturing position. I happened to be talking to Hobart Mint during the week, and they were talking about the struggles they're having with finding people to help with the manufacturing. I said, oh, would you like me to mention on a live stream? Absolutely. So I've thrown it out there.
All right, now I was going to jump in, but you had two more to fire off. And I was going to say, for the PA, this is not for cleaning Michael's desk, but Middle Inquisitor jumped in and, asked, no, that's not. That's
actually,
not
it probably is, in all honesty.
Would be one component of many.
That's right. Just on the PA, and that's probably something I should mention if that's your interest, you're going to need to be able to work both in Pakenham and in Melbourne. And probably for the first few months, follow me around. So it'll be kind of 3 days in Melbourne, 2 days in Pakenham, or thereabouts. There's a little bit of flexibility in that, but there kind of needs a bit of movement between those two places.
Cool.
That was a far longer segment than I'd intended on it
Just a
being.
quick little summary. You should have just made a dot point list. You could have thrown it up on the screen. Job done.
Yeah, that would require some level of organisation, which is why we need the PA.
You probably need to do a standalone video for this, because if you're not watching the stream and you want to send it to a friend or someone who might be suitable for it, maybe crop that segment out and that's a standalone video.
I think we do a
separate thing.
I think we do a standalone video on it.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, it was just I mentioned to someone I should ask for that on live stream, and then as I moved around the company, people were going, "Oh, why are you on live stream? We need a why are you on live stream? We know." So yeah, good fun.
Yeah, we definitely will throw some kind of list together somewhere, even if it's in the description of this live stream. But yeah, we'll probably do a separate video just so that you can send it to someone who might be particularly good for one or multiple of those jobs. Seven was asking if we need a senior IT engineer. You were talking, I think, a little bit more entry level.
Possibly. I know there was rumours of the fact that they wanted a senior, but send it. Look, if you're seriously interested, flick us your resume. I'll give it to Giannis and Deej, and they will spend the rest of the week convincing me.
No, look, I know English is not my first language, but when you say senior, you're just not meaning old, is it? So
experienced.
All right.
Leo's wanting to know how many staff we're up to.
This is where I show how embarrassed and ignorant I am. I actually don't know how many staff we have anymore.
It's gotten to that level.
It's about 25-ish. Oh, jeez.
No, I don't know. That was a confident guess.
We're doing position reviews at the moment. So I try and do it every 6 months, although it tends to stretch out a bit. And, just sit down with each person and just say, hey, how you travelling? What's happening, sort of thing. And we have a bit of a discussion for 20 minutes, half an hour. And one of the guys was in there and we're having it. And I said, so, we've had a new guy that started probably, I thought, about 3 to 6 weeks ago, and said, so you started at a similar time as Josh. And Kate was with me from finance, and she goes, no, he started ages before Josh. I said, you've been here like 3 or 4 months, haven't you, mate? And he goes, 8 months. I went, oh. And Kate goes, yeah, and Josh has been here over 3 months. Oh, okay.
Look, time flies, especially when we've been so flat out. So
yeah, asking me those sort of questions I'm the wrong person. Ask Kate; she does pay.
We've got Simbunji in chat. Thanks for saying hello the other day, Michael. Visiting your shop was a great experience.
Oh, it was great meeting you.
Wasn't sure if we were going to mention this or not, just because for your privacy or whatnot. But you've said it now.
You've outed yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay to say. Yeah, it was absolutely great to meet you in person, and thanks for swinging by.
Oh, I've got FOMO again. This is like Fort Knox. I didn't meet you, so I don't know if this is.
She does exist.
I could be getting set up here. Oh, very good.
No, it was great. I love it when people come in and say, I watch you on YouTube, and this is my handle, and I then when does the names flick through, you go, oh wow.
Yep. Yeah, putting faces to names. It's funny because people, when they approach you, they it's a familiar person to them, and then you're just like, have that puzzled look on your face. I'm sorry, I don't know if I've just forgotten, or if you're a family friend or someone from
But then we also do have that kind of reaction if it's a handle or a username we recognise. It's just like, that's it.
I feel like, we get a bit starstruck as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I know you as well.
That's right. And that's actually what it was like with Simbunji. It was like, oh wow, this is so cool. But I was coming back from lunch early this week, and was near the building. My mind was off with the fairies, trying to carry my lunch back, and I don't know what I was doing. And these two people, these two young ladies, stopped me. And, oh, Michael, how are you? And blah blah. I'm going. So, and then they said to me, "Oh, we were just going to come up to the shop," and thought, "Beauty."
Yeah,
now we've got context.
Interesting question there from Nathy. Sorry, you did ask this one before. It was a really good question and I missed it. Michael mentioned last stream that Perth is ending some series. Are there any updates that you can share about series ending? You did say that, it was potentially a bit sensitive, and that we were probably, the way we were going to find out was most likely just not hearing anything about them again, which is...
He did share it on a morning meeting the other day, but I don't know if you can...
I shared some of them.
I don't know if you can say...
Yeah, look, I don't, Nathan, I'm really sorry, mate. Until Perth gives me the okay on talking about that sort of stuff or officially announce it, I'm probably not going to go there yet.
I wonder... I suppose it'd just be sales based, right? What's moving, what's not, as to whether or not you would continue a series.
Oh, it could be a variety of reasons. Look, a lot of it is sales based, but some of it is a recognition of the fact that there are too many releases in a year, and either we need to. Oh, sorry, I thought my phone was on silent. We need to either cull down some numbers somewhere, or so they, obviously they're not going to cut one that's insanely popular. They're not about to say, "Oh, we're not doing the Lunar series anymore."
Yeah.
But it can be for a variety of reasons. It could be even sometimes they just cull the. We're not going to produce the gold version of that anymore, but we'll produce the silver and those types of things as well. So it can be a mixture.
But, I imagine it's also because of the greater increase in sales and things of bullion, so they need to keep up the pace with the staples. So the more side series you have, I mean I don't know, but I imagine that would be difficult to maintain at the pace that they have to pump things out.
Yeah, it can be, but it's also things like some of their series. We mentioned one earlier, the Four
Guardians.
The Four Guardians. That series is owned, quote unquote, by one of the majors from overseas. It's not actually owned by Perth. They contract Perth to produce it. If the major from overseas says, actually, we're not doing that series anymore, for whatever reason, they'll then it'll be culled, even though Perth Mint may not want to cull it. You've also got to remember that Perth Mint produce a lot of things not for the Australian market, exclusively for the overseas market. The obvious one being, Rubes, help me here, the superannuation, American superannuation, what's it called?
401k?
Yeah, the 401k market over there. They've got specific requirements, and they're, what are they, usually 1.5 ounce or something like that? Coins that they produce for that sort of stuff. So, there's lots of things that go on in the background that we're not aware of over at various refineries and mints around the world.
We've got Christian from Holland joining us.
Hey.
Hello.
Hang on, I'm just dragging you back a little bit. One of the fascinating things visiting the Austrian mint was seeing they've got a room with these cabinets in, and it's got all their prototypes in. So it's their
really.
What do you call the? Was it Stinkworks? That's the. I'm probably showing my age here. Yeah, all right.
I've never heard that term.
Haven't you? Skunkworks. Skunkworks.
Oh, damn it, I have heard that.
Yeah, you're in the neighbourhood.
That's right. Skunkworks. Oh man, I'm not going to live that one down, am I? The Skunkworks. It was their version of Skunkworks, so their development area. And they had all these ones that, we've produced these. These are the ones that we haven't produced, or we produced a few of and never produced anymore. And it was amazing. Like, they've got these things that, glow in the dark and, change colour when you do this to them. All this amazing stuff that they were showing us over there. It was fascinating.
Yeah, cool.
Germania's got a similar thing as well. Theirs was
Really?
fascinating too.
You get any footage at any of these places?
We did in some of those places.
Oh, good.
William says, "Hi guys, wonder if you can comment on platinum mining operations in South Africa. Current events, thank you."
It's South Africa.
Which week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they say? TIA. This is Africa. No, can't remember. There's an expression over there about this is Africa. Yeah, I don't even really know where to start on that one. Platinum mining in South Africa is always a basket case. It's one of the reasons why I invest in physical platinum is because of the difficulties of mining it and the main areas it comes from, meaning South Africa and Russia. There's always something going on with those markets and those areas. So it's just more problems. And platinum is getting more and more needed in our society. So as we move forward, so I can only see it going one way, but I could be wrong on that one.
Stephen was wondering if you're able to specify if any particular sizes of a coin series are getting culled, whether the series is continuing. For example, within the lunar, they're killing the 2 ounce, but the rest of the lunar is continuing. Is it just whole series that might?
Yeah, it was whole series. It wasn't just. Probably one thing I can say is they didn't say anything about doing anything with the lunar series other than what they're currently doing. I don't think they'd really want to touch the lunar series. It's incredibly popular. I don't think that's one you'd play around with, unless they started to see a real tape off in a certain size. But possibly the only one with that. No, not even that. I don't know. If they were still producing the 10 ounce, I'd say that one was in danger, but they've already culled that one. Just because of the price of silver, it makes it that bit harder to buy.
But surely they wouldn't do that halfway through a series.
Well, they did with the half kilo. They killed that at the halfway mark.
I think lesson learned.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Well, they did roll it through. I mean, they kept the 10 ounce going till the end of Series 2. They didn't cull that until the start of Series 3. I still think they should have kept the 10 ounce and culled the kilo, but that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Waiting for a buyback half kilo Luna 2 Tiger.
Could be waiting a while. I've got an idea. I've had a lightning bolt, so get ready for this.
Check that camera. I need to go fix that camera. I'll be back.
It's blindingly bright. That's how bright this idea is. Maybe. No, this is a belter, lads. I think I may have struck gold here. And if Perth Mint are watching, you're welcome in advance. I hope we get credit for this.
He only wants a small commission.
50%. Here's the idea. A completer coin for the Lunar Series.
Oh, I like it.
Boom!
Like it, yeah.
That's rare that you get a unanimous nod from the lads. So, I think that'd go absolutely off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Did you say poll?
Yeah.
Doesn't need a poll. It's unanimous. A poll is needed if we're,
I want names of the no's. That's all.
Yeah, you're welcome, Perth. I don't know how we haven't discussed that.
We should get them to do it.
Push it. Yeah, that's full on.
Hang on.
Timestamp this moment in time, and we're going to come back to this.
Did you say 10 ounce complete?
Could be a 12 ounce, 1 ounce for each animal. Boom, you're welcome.
You missed. You should have been over in being a Royal Canadian Mint fan.
Tell me more about how I should have been there. Just in case I didn't think that already.
The 23 ounce coin.
Really?
Yeah, 3-dimensional. So it was layered coin, and it was like a mountain valley scene.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Unreal. I think some of that stuff's unreal. Seeing the is it topography type?
Yes.
Those ones where they'll pick an area and really depict it in great detail. I like the way things are going on that front.
Yeah, but this wasn't just an image on a coin. This they actually built up into the coin.
That's cool.
And it was a stunner. It really was.
I guess I'll just have to take your word for it since it wasn't there.
That and the 10 kilo maple.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with that.
And the wooden, you should have seen the wooden box that came in.
Yeah.
They just went to town on it. It was
Yeah.
full marks, mate. They did a great job over there.
It has the support of the people.
9% said no.
9%, your mouse, you need to get it recalibrated because that's a slam dunk. That's somehow we're going to have to get like a BN little stamp or acknowledgement on that because that's going
I'll
to go.
phone Neil at the end
That's
of
going to go at the clappers. And get each designer who did their design to contribute the animal. Oh, this
So
is...
do we go back and do Series 2 or just do it from the end of Series 3?
Let's do it from the end of Series 3.
A half kilo completer for Series 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm pumped.
Speaking of Neil and the Perth Mint, there was something that came out this week that I briefly want to call him out on.
Oh,
This is an absolute clanger.
Jeez, I hope you're listening, Neil. That was...
This is not...
So-
this
you
is-
call yourself Australian.
So this was a clip from
Actually?
SD Bullion. I'll probably chase up the link after this if you want to go check it out. It is an interesting video. But yeah, Neil from the Perth Mint went on there and had some things to say, and I just wanted to see if anyone else catches this that upset me quite a little bit.
It's the Costco hot dog.
Everything goes up, right? Yeah. I don't know if Costco hot dog. I'm not sure if that's the same as in Australia, the Bunnings hot dog, which finally went up this year. Okay. You know, like...
There's a conspiracy
is that-
going on in hot dog.
The Bunnings hot dog.
Unbelievable.
I would have accepted snag, sausage, you know.
That should be part of media training sort of thing. That's crazy. Yeah. Woo.
But it was an interesting discussion, and yeah, that's it. He was talking there about some of the premiums on things like in that instance. He was talking about kookaburras and how they have actually remained, fairly consistent over time, and yeah. It was definitely an interesting discussion, so we are just poking fun.
Yeah, I was going. You have cooked it now, Ruben. He's never going to come on the live stream ever.
But yeah, come on our show would be great.
Yeah, that's right. There goes our invite to Perth again.
Yeah, actually.
There goes your idea.
Yeah, and the idea's not going to get taken up.
Actually,
Jeez.
sorry. Speaking of your brilliant idea, I love Stephen C's comment on it. BN Privy Mark.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Something that makes sense. It's logical.
It's all coming
I think
together.
it's owed.
McDuncan, yeah, you did send it through to us. Yeah, thank you for that. You were talking about us in a roundabout way, looking at the reject coin tray, and that's it. People,
Hang on. How do we get mentioned in the reject coins?
because
He said some blokes just should be in there.
I'm not liking where this is going.
because of our video highlighting the fact that those trays even exist, and the kind of things in them from our tour at the Perth Mint. So, thanks.
Oh dear, I feel sufficiently put in my place.
The other question that came up a lot this week was in regards to the Royal Mint unboxing we did, which a lot of people enjoyed. But the other question that people had was they thought it was an unboxing of the Panthers.
I actually did too when we started unboxing it.
What was it? What ended up happening?
So they are on their way, but they haven't arrived yet. So we've got we had Britannia's in that lot. We had the Beowulf and Grendel's mother.
Oh, okay.
Waiting for Beowulf's and Grendel's mother's budgie coming out on the next series.
All right, so you're
They're
not
really
happy
getting
with
out
it.
there.
Yeah, tell me what you really think.
Well, the coin looked great, but I think they're really pushing it.
Yeah, come up with a I don't know, a better name. Yeah, but anyway, and the 10 ounce,
Dense.
the 10 ounce Merlin was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Roxy's dad were on it. We're talking about it now. So yeah. We had those, but we didn't have the Tudor Beast in that lot yet, and so we've chased them up. They have been shipped, but they haven't arrived yet. Lots of people have been asking, do we have an update on where that is?
Held up in the milk spotting section, maybe.
That's right. The milk spotting machine's broken down. It's just they're waiting for parts.
Yeah, we're not making many friends this stream, are we?
Repeat. Scottsdale Mint Silver Galaxy Bar looks cool. They're the ones with
they do.
the extra purity kind of crystallizations
Oh,
in
cool.
them, which is a pretty cool effect. And they do look fantastic. Is it something we'd ever get through? Do you think?
We tried. They produced these 12 months ago,
Mm.
and we did try, but we missed out on them. So yeah, we'll try again.
2025 1 ounce gold Brit coins.
1 ounce gold Brit coins. They've been and gone, haven't
Yeah,
they?
I thought so too.
Yeah. We'll get some more in. Don't panic. But we've certainly had them in at least once. We don't have any currently. I don't believe.
When did Bullion Now start?
2018.
November, I believe.
Yeah, I think the documentation says October 1st, but I think the shop opened in November.
Wow.
Now, is there a particular reason you've got those coins there, Alex? Is there some coins you're wanting to do a bit of
What's going on
highlight
here?
or are we...
I don't know. I thought I'd like to ask Michael about these
Scratch
coins.
and dent sale. the way
Yeah,
it's
they're
going.
absolutely knackered.
They're buybacks. Relax, all right? Are you familiar with these coins? And this is not a segue into aviation, by the way.
Oh, these are aviation coins.
Here we go.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, good on you.
Jeez.
No, I got these in buybacks. So I thought I don't know if you wanted to peruse or go over them or put them up.
This is where I
Or
reminisce about
identify
old
each
times.
of the identify each
Oh.
aircraft. Quiz time.
No, there were.
I don't know what to say. There's too many of these I like.
What's interesting, and I want to ask is, these are not 1 ounce. They're pure silver, but they're like 30. I think it's 36,
Yeah.
37.6 grams.
Yeah,
something-
Ram
something
did
odd
some
like that.
weird. So they're from Ram, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're Ram
Yeah,
ones.
they've done
Because you were
some.
here, so I thought bring these in as well because you're the resident expert in it.
Yeah.
Certainly knowledge more than me on
Yeah,
these
they
ones.
did it
So-
with the state series as well. They did the state series all at the wacky weight, and they did the joint one for the 200th anniversary of Australia Post was like a 36.7 gram coin.
Okay, Mr. Resident Expert.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
What's
Yeah,
what's
let
the
it rip.
significance of having an Avro 504K on there?
Well, you see, that's the plane that Houdini stood on when he did his stunt. When he stood on top of the wings of a plane. I don't know.
No, you know what? You were doing great. You just needed a bit more confidence. I was starting to, and then you wave it off.
Yeah.
And you,
Well, Michael gave me the look like he knew I was full of it, so
You
I
are,
just
'cause
packed it in.
it's the first plane Qantas ever flew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
was
When
gonna
they
be my
were
next
Queensland
guess.
and Northern Territory Aerial Service,
Ah,
which is what Qantas stands for, which is why it's got no ooh in it.
no, what threw me off because I thought these were at first possibly sterling, but then because they were pure, but they were more.
and they're a little heavier, yeah.
So
Yep.
I haven't seen too many of these types come
Have
through.
you
so
got
it's just-
photos up there, Rubes, or are we just talking amongst ourselves here?
Oh no, I was going to hand these in to Rubes 2 days ago.
Sorry, everyone.
No.
I assumed we were throwing photos up of them.
No, and this goes back to how busy we've been, and Rubes has been serving in the shop a lot this week as well. Again, so didn't have time for this. So yeah, this is more, and Matt was here today, so I thought I'd bring him in. But
Yeah, cool.
yeah. Anyway, I thought it was something interesting, something a little bit different that I certainly haven't seen before in purity and in
Well,
the
The whole
extra
series
weight.
is basically a Qantas series. So they're various aircraft that Qantas has flown right up to the... At this stage when these were released, the A380 was just coming into service. Or had just come into service, I should say, in 2008.
Nice.
Question from Ross. Hey guys, are you still doing the Where in the World photo with the BN bag segment?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let it rip. What do you got?
People haven't been going on holiday. I should have taken them across overseas with me.
Yeah.
I got to say, I love the roasting I copped for the video we did in Poland.
Yeah, wearing a t-shirt. What a goose.
Who on earth can take financial advice from someone that doesn't even know that they should be wearing a jumper?
Whose company literally has jumpers.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, that's right. We don't give financial advice, so I had no issue with that one. But I have to say, I did have a chuckle at the roasting. I think the guy was actually quite serious, but I thought it was hilarious.
Gatsby, getting any US Eagles or Buffaloes?
We have both, I think, on hand.
Ooh.
Gold, I think, based on what we...
Okay, if it's gold related, we are getting Buffaloes. I I desperately try not to bring US gold eagles into Australia. And it's not that I'm racist on them, it's purely the fact that they are not pure, so they incur GST in this country. So unless somebody is really keen on buying at least 5 to 10 of them and they're willing to commit money to it, it's not worth us bringing a load over, because they take so long to sell, because we get every other person comes in and says, I want to buy them, but why are they so flaming expensive? Because we've got to put 10% GST on them. So,
do we pay a premium for the recent UK coronation coinage? I don't know that much about it. This might be a Matt one. Is it attracting massive premiums in the second-hand market?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, not that I've heard.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get a bit more clued in on it.
Any nice 1 ounce gold buyback coins to be listed over the weekend?
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Alex in his hands, and I think that's a fairly safe answer.
Get him in. Just barely have a look at them. Then there's a fight between me wanting to put some on the website, and then usually with Brett wanting them all for the store because everyone needs them. But we try and split them evenly to the best of our abilities. But we just haven't been seeing as many coins come through. There was a few weeks ago when you guys were in Europe, and got a few of the 1/10th gold coins. So I basically divvied it up and put quite a bit on the website, and I think they lasted like 10 minutes.
It's pretty good.
We had a call from someone saying, "Oh, look, I just saw him up and wanted to buy some. Why'd you take him down?" And it's like, no, they're all sold.
Yeah, people think we pull things. It's very rare we take anything down off the web. It usually just sells, and it can sell out quite quickly. Look, if you ever want to experience being Adam, who's our stock controller, if you ever want a simulated experience of Adam's life, go down to the beach and stand in the middle of a mob of seagulls with a chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have someone say, each of these seagulls needs 1 chip each.
That's right.
One of those seagulls has a vest.
It's just... I don't envy his job, which is why I employed him and handed over to him the first chance I got. It's just insane.
We have a few aviation questions there, Michael. Am I throwing them at you?
Yeah, go for it.
Your thoughts on the Canadian flight that flipped itself upside down in the crash?
That hurt.
Fair enough.
Look, when you're landing on ice,
all sorts of things can happen.
Anything can happen. Like, seriously, I've seen planes slide off the runway doing less than 5 kilometres an hour.
Jeez.
So
we're talking high winds?
No. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's you have no. You can get in positions where you have absolutely no traction, and it doesn't matter what you do because you've got so much weight and inertia behind you. You're in for the ride.
Wow.
Like, it's just. Yeah, it's terrible stuff. So I don't know how it ended up on its back. I don't know the finer detail of it yet. But look, the conditions they get in Canada, it doesn't. I can't say I'm shocked.
Calypso Moon wants to know what sort of plane you fly and how often you get to take it out.
Not often enough. My plane's a little PA, a little Piper Cherokee 140, little 4-seater. Well. It's technically a 5-seater, but it'd be 4 adults and I don't know.
There's enough space to do a live stream in it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's enough room to do a live stream in it. We should do one.
Well, look out. Hopefully I'll get the memo this time.
I don't know if we'd fit all 4 of us in there with the camera equipment, but, we can have a crack.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Get some BN scarves made up.
And Corey's wanting to know, Alex has just answered by the looks, but Corey's wanting to know if it's possible to buy those coins.
I was just gonna, because you got a limit on how much you can fit. I was gonna put them up as the all 6 of them that I received on Twitter, but for sale on our BN page. But if you're interested, just flick me an email at Alex.
What you should do is put them up for auction at the same time we put up those maples for auction.
Yeah.
And this is why I do my things on Twitter, because I can just do it and not wait on anyone else doing things. And then when I get the interest, I just draw up the invoice. But if you were interested, because I think you were the first one to ask, I was just checking that before. Just hit me up on an email. I can send you a quote, and if you want them, you can take them first.
Metal Inquisitor wanting to know, Michael, if the video we released yesterday about the making your own coin,
Yep.
there was a few comments about this, if that is because you're looking at making, if there's a BN coin coming soon. Did you pick up any machines over there and putting them to use here?
There's no BN coin arriving soon.
So there is hope. Get pumped.
Matt, how's your shop going?
Very good. Yeah, it's like I said to him, I always say to Michael, we have these powwows, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant in terms of learning. And the things that you think are easy, it's a lot like when you give people feedback on a coin show and you're just attending. From the outside looking in, it's pretty easy to just do that thing better. But there's 20 other things happening behind the scenes that sort of prevent you from that. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying myself.
Calypso Moon, do you guys do buyback gold I can buy at spot?
Occasionally.
We do unallocated gold.
Yeah, unallocated as
Yeah.
well. Yep. That's right. But yeah, sometimes we do spot specials. At the moment, A, it wouldn't last long enough to do a spot special. B, if we did a spot special, it would probably crash the website. And C, we would spend the next 3 weeks responding to all the complaints that we got in. So don't expect it in the short term, I'll put it that way.
Jamie says, can you get a Bullion Now sign on Collins Street at the door?
We're not allowed to at this point, but there are negotiations going on with building management currently.
Cool.
Michael, can you private message me? Have a question about accessibility at the pack store.
The short answer is I'm quite happy to have the discussion, but you're going to have to tell me who, what, where, and when. Maybe it'd be better if you emailed live, LIVE, at bullionnow.com.au. Just say I'm the guy that wanted to talk about accessibility, and Rubes will pass it on to me, and I'll be able to respond to the email.
Any 2014 Lunar Year of the Horse coins for sale?
Yes, I sorted some this morning. They were they 5 ounce or 10 ounce? I think they were 10 ounce.
I think they were 10 ounce.
Yeah, they were 10 ounce and possibly a kilo. I listed them on the web, so they're on the web there.
Also, just looking at the username there of Bunnings Sausage, they must have been absolutely outraged at how to say it before. And if you missed that, then apology. Well, it's actually probably good. But yeah, sorry, just couldn't help but laugh at that name.
I'm sorry, Rubes, I was listening, but I was hit by... We've got some 1 ounce ones as well, haven't we?
Possibly.
I'm sure we've got some 1 ounce horses.
Possibly.
They should be listed on the web if we do. And if we don't, I'll go hunting for them.
Yeah, I'll have a look after the stream and possibly put them up.
I was wondering if we needed to finally launch the Pakenham store after we hit 300 views on a live stream.
Yeah, look out.
That's what we're waiting for. Not really, just... Kebab giving a bit of a shout out to Oscar for helping out on some cool silver purchases in the shop last week.
So every time I see Kebab King post, I want a kebab. Like, I don't know if you
A Bunnings kebab?
No. I would get hungry. Like.
Braden, as someone who wants to start stacking and buy an ounce of silver each pay, is it best to buy unallocated and then convert later to save on shipping? I think it depends on what you're wanting out of it.
Look, we give you 3 months free storage, so you just buy one every week, stick it in storage, and then at the end of your 3 months, just tell us you want them shipped out.
And the thing I would say about unallocated in that case is if it's some limited coins that we have, like series, and then you're buying unallocated, you might miss out. So and that's where the 3 months free storage really comes in handy, because you can just buy it, we put it aside for you, and then you can pack a few together. You can stack a few together here and send them all out together.
It's 4:05, Rubes.
It is. I think we need to hit some rapid fire questions. So if there's a question, particularly, if you've had one for Matt the last couple of streams, he hasn't been here.
First stream of the year, look out.
That's it.
Yeah, let it rip.
Yeah, any questions that you've had that we haven't been able to get to, we will attempt to hit as many as possible, as quickly as possible, until we get distracted by any of the questions and end up talking about it.
Oh, we don't do that.
It's possible. Been known to happen.
Kebab King, would LBMA Turkish gold be of any interest to Michael?
Yeah.
I think any LMBA gold would be of interest to Mike.
Yeah, we take. I mean, LBMA gold's got to be of a certain quality. So yeah, within reason. Yeah.
Any old 1 ounce gold buyback coins to be listed anytime soon?
Probably not, but you never know your luck.
Are there any restrictions on the 1/10 aliens?
So the gold, because what we did, for those unaware, last time when this is the third 1/10 gold release. So when the second one came out, a lot of our customers wanted to know if they, because it's so limited, they didn't want to miss out. So we ran out one only and prioritised
Anyone who
portion
bought
of
the
it,
first one.
who bought the first one, and now it's first one and two, or I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know.
Look, if you've had the previous ones, then we'll absolutely allocate to you first, and then we'll release the balance to the web from there. It's the only fair way we can think of doing it. So.
Lots of people wanting to know where your glasses are, Matt. That seems to be the main question for you coming through.
Wow,
there.
that's a good question. You wouldn't read about it. I didn't know that we were doing a stream today. Just happened to see Michael in the hallway. Next thing I know,
I've been trying
bada boom.
to call him all week, send him a message, nothing, nada.
You just forgot to hit
Yeah.
call or send on the message.
I did.
Trying to call is
Yeah.
The pole shift is throwing off the courier pigeon. Sorry.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I was checking my phone. I said, is my phone broken or is yours? What's happened?
Favorite hot cross bun?
It's got to be traditional.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah.
Every
any
time.
further-
Can't stand these fruitless ones, and my kids love the chocolate ones. Wah!
Any
They're not
further
bad, they're
development
just not
on the
as good.
coin capsules and stands? Yes or no?
No, currently.
What's the most highly anticipated coin release for the rest of the year?
I don't mind.
The UFO.
No, that's way out of my price range.
Yeah, I can't
It's
get
the
it.
Platinum Lunar.
Yeah. Because that'll be the horse
Yep.
next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what they're going to do with the horse. The trouble is, I've seen most of the releases for
Yeah.
the year. So,
I'm excited to see another quokka.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Would BN ever buy Fort Knox?
absolutely.
Yeah, it depends what's in it.
Are you, hang on. Again, are you
42
talking
bucks an
about the
ounce.
storage facility Fort Knox, or
Yeah.
is the...
Yeah, $42 an ounce. There's got to be at least 5 ounces over there. I reckon we could do it.
Will there be a Sydney store in 2025?
That is a question.
Hi guys, in regards to the 3-month storage, do we notify at the end of the 3 months?
We desperately try to. Occasionally, it doesn't
slips,
work as
yeah.
well as we hope. But the short answer is yes, we do. But we're human, and sometimes the system doesn't work.
How do you guys deal with losses, coins going missing from inventory or being misplaced, etc.? I'm not saying anyone is pinching any, just general stock shrinkage. It's a lot more expensive in this business than any other, if you're selling bottled water or something like that.
Yeah, you're hitting a bit of a sore spot this week, Calypso.
Yeah. Aaron's requesting at least an alien set aside for him. He'll be over in Thailand.
I'm pretty sure Aaron bought one last year and the year before.
Definitely.
So it
Yes,
shouldn't
he
be an
did.
issue.
So I'll take care of that for you, Aaron.
Thoughts on the 2025 Kookaburra? I like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
They've done well.
I think we covered this one once before, haven't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Not as good as the 2008 or 2016 in my book, but it's nice.
Or 2020, the MVP.
Can we organise a live stream inside Fort Knox?
Absolutely. I'll phone up Uncle Elon and we'll be away.
Metal Inquisitor is offering to let us borrow the Generation 1 UFO coin to display in the studio.
Wow.
I would love that for either.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to do that because there'll be drool marks on it.
Yeah.
And we'll have to fight Alex off every time he walks past it.
Actually, if you do, I want to throw something in for you
Yeah, you may not
that
like
you've
that.
been that you've been asking about.
Why doesn't the 2025 Kookaburra have a tail?
I need to see the design. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Isn't he just facing the other
Isn't
way?
it flying? Am I
Yeah, I'll have to
confused?
look it up.
Yeah.
When will the 1/10 Gold Cooks come out?
I don't know.
Why does Perth Mint only allocate Black Flag series to USA, their pirate series?
Because it's owned by one of the Yanks, and they've said we only want it sold in the US.
So they get to make the call. Is Brett back on the coffees?
No,
He's back on something.
yeah, not the coffee.
When are the 10-ounce silver Bullion Now stacker bars arriving? Wants to know, Rick.
That's an excellent question.
Ask again next Friday.
And Stephen says, I see the Kilo Cook on the website. Will they sell out by the end of the weekend?
No.
Then that's a definite yes. Possibly.
And last one, I'm going to cut it off there. Will BN ever get Calico branded bags like the classic cotton coin bags?
Yeah, we're looking. We've got to do something. I've been saying this for years, but we've actually got a bit of a plan of attack, and we're going to go to an expo and specifically try and source a BN bag that you can walk down the street with and not get mugged. That's my aim.
Just to clarify, it's not because that's happened. It's just something we're trying to be aware of.
Well, look, there's nothing worse than rolling in here, buying 3 or 4 kilos of silver, and then what are you meant to do with it? Stick it in your pockets? Like, you know, it's been a problem for a while. And I don't like what we currently do, and I haven't liked it for ages. So we need to come up with something that doesn't say, hey, I've just bought bullion from Bullion Now. We need something a little more subtle. So, yeah, we hopefully by mid-year we've got something.
VB man there, Matt giving you some positive words for what you do for all of coin collecting. So
thank you very much.
And that is us for this week.
Excellent stuff. Thank you yet again, for tuning in to the Bullion Now live stream. It still amazes me that people will sit there for an hour and a half and listen to, in this case, 4 guys rabbit on about various stacking, aviation, coin. What else did we cover today?
You name it, we covered it.
Perth Mint
Design ideas, absolutely.
Hot dog.
The Bunnings hot dog.
Yeah, it's been a big one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So thank you very much for tuning in to the stream. It's actually you guys that make it possible, not us. We just facilitate a little bit. Thanks, Alex, for joining in again. Thanks for being flexible, Matt, and coming in even though it was kind of a last minute.
You can't see this, but I'm wearing shorts, everyone.
I was going to make comment on
that.
Thanks, as always, Rubes, for providing technical support there. And that's it. We will see you again same time. Hang on. Daylight Savings isn't finishing yet. No, we've still got a few more weeks. We will see you same time, 2:30 Australian summertime or Melbourne time, whichever way you want to look at it.
See ya.
See ya.